Hi everyone, Shira Bocar, food editor at large, and I'm making vegetarian gumbo. Super delicious, great way to get a lot of vegetables in one pot. Let's get started. So the first step to making gumbo is making roux. And roux is just a mixture of flour and fat. It can be vegetable oil like I'm using today. You can use butter, you can use animal fat. And I'm going to use an equal ratio, so 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil and 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. And I want to cook this over a moderate heat, so about medium. 2 tablespoons unbleached all-purpose flour. And this is going to go for a second. This is actually going to go for about 10 minutes. And we're going to be able to smell it. It's going to smell nice and nutty and toasty, and also look at the color. We're shooting for like a deep butterscotch color. I found, because I'm home, I found a really excellent treasure, my Paul Prudhomme Louisiana Kitchen book, and he has a really excellent glossary of roux colors. So this is quite light. We're going to sort of be aiming for this. This one I think he describes as dark red brown, and this one is black. It's not burnt, it's black. We're not going for this. We're going to shoot for, I'd say, like this range there. Okay, so can you see in the pot? We're off to the roux races here. This is just gonna sort of quietly toast and cook for about 10 minutes. See you back. Okay, it's been close to 10 minutes, I'd say. I'm not gonna lie, I burnt the first batch because I wandered off. But here we are. Looks like butterscotch, right? Looks good, smells great, smells nice and nutty. To that, add the mirepoix. This is the trinity of vegetables. Chopped onion, celery, and bell pepper. I'm using an orange bell pepper because that's what I have today. And we'll just saute this in this roux mixture. I'm going to season with a little pinch of salt just to help the vegetables soften. We'll cook this until everything's nice and tender, which is about 8 minutes. Okay. These vegetables are nice and tender. They smell wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So to that, let's add, this is diced tomatoes from a 15-ounce can. Oh, I should have mentioned, these are drained. And to that, we're gonna add really delicious seasoning. This is Creole seasoning. You might be familiar with it. Tony Chachere's. Now, if you don't have this in your pantry, you can do a quick online search and sort of make up your own. Basically, it's salt, it's pepper, it's chili powder. Usually it's a little bit of cayenne. Some people add paprika, but it adds a really nice hit of seasoning. This smells so wonderful. Okay, so now for the final ingredients. I have 8 ounces of sliced okra. So you gotta have sliced okra in gumbo because this helps thicken it. So that's 8 ounces of sliced okra. I have 1 chopped summer squash, yellow squash. Just shooting for about 1/2 inch pieces there. So they'll cook evenly. It's good already, right? And then I think the recipe originally calls for a 15-ounce can of cooked black-eyed peas. I have red kidney beans. I think it's going to be delicious in this. And these are drained and rinsed. If you're cooking a bunch of beans at home, which I think a lot of people are these days, you can add 1.5 cups cooked beans. Looks great. All right. So let's add stock. I've got 4 cups of vegetable stock here. Now, if you didn't want to keep this vegetarian, you could add chicken stock. This looks great. So the Creole seasoning has salt in it, so I'm gonna sort of hold off on my final seasoning until everything's all cooked and we can adjust accordingly. So bring this up to a boil. And once it comes up to a boil, we'll just reduce it to a simmer and we'll let it cook for about half an hour until all the vegetables are nice and tender. Looks good. Cornbread hanging out quietly in the wings. It's gonna be a nice pairing with it. So we'll check back in about half an hour. This looks delicious, right? Smells really good too. You can see everything's nice and tender and colorful. This looks great. Okay, give a little taste. Yum. Little salt. It's good. Okay, so to serve, my bowl here. Serve with white rice. Super simple. You could also serve this with another whole grain if you wanted to, but I like the rice. We got rice. Beautiful gumbo. Great. And then some fresh sliced scallions just for crunch. A little color. It's good. Got my cornbread over there, which is basically dessert. Just pop one in. And we're set. Vegetarian gumbo. You guys gotta try it.